Well, hello everybody. Good morning, evening, afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you're at. Today is February 1st, 2026. And I've decided to give YouTube another chance. Come back to it. I took a year off, maybe a little more, give or take, because I had a lot of health issues going on, and I just did not like fooling with all the editing. And so over some time, I've gave thought to kind of what I want to do going forward. And, I'm going to make these videos a lot more simpler than they needed to be. I'm not going to do all that editing and music and all that crap I was doing before. So, if you like that, I'm sorry, but it made me miserable editing, and I don't want to do that. I want to be able to sit down, throw all the videos in a row together, and then just export it and call it a day. So, I will show some pictures from time to time. I'm not going to show as many because I feel like I added too much. It took too long. And stuff like that. But, I think this will make me a lot happier. So, we're going to keep it more vlog style, like I really wanted it to be to begin with, instead of more of a look at my pictures, kind of thing. So, let's give it a try. Let's see how it goes. Today, it has snowed about 5 to 8 inches, depending on what hill you're on. So, we'll go out and take some pictures, see what we can find. It's going to be pretty. And the health issue, I was in heart failure for half a year, yeah. I had an infection in the heart. Not high blood pressure. My blood pressure was high, but it was because it was failing. High cholesterol, none of that. Actually, where I'll take metropolol, my stuff was pretty clear. It was an infection in the heart that had settled into my heart, and it was kicking my butt. So, yeah, spent a week in the hospital. They got me all better. I go back every month for a checkup for 6 months, and I've lost about 50 pounds, which is pretty good. Bunch of lifestyle changes on top of it. So, yep, feeling much better. And more willing to go out and take some pictures now. I've not taken a picture in a little bit. I've not been out. I've been straight focusing on recovery and just enjoying time at home and collecting. It's got out of hand a little bit, but that's okay. But all the photos will eventually end up on my Instagram. So if you have Instagram and you want to see all the photos, go to JTM71. That's it. It's like 5 characters. JTM71. So you can see all of them there. I'll show a couple here and there. But we're at the end. I don't know. We are going to go try to make our way around and see what we can find. They've not scraped. They've not done nothing to the roads. So, we're going to go check that out and to see how pretty it is right here in northeast Tennessee. Alrighty, guys. We'll catch you in a minute. So, as you can see, they've not scraped the roads too well here in Churchill, Tennessee, or salted, because it's not above 20 degrees and really needs salt to be above 20 degrees to melt the ice. So, but nice little winter wonderland. If you got 4-wheel drive, you'll be okay though. That's what I have, 4-wheel drive. So, yeah, I think most people in this area have a 4-wheel drive. For those that remember, I did switch from Nikon to Fujifilm. So, all my photos you've been seeing recently that I have posted on Instagram have been from my Fujifilm X-T5, and that's what I'm using today. Actually, I've got a 35mm on it, and we're just kind of going to ride around, see what's going on in the area, and I'm going to go get me an iced coffee at McDonald's, because our McDonald's is never closed no matter what. And yeah, I could use a iced coffee. And I'm not an iced coffee snob, but McDonald's is my favorite. I love McDonald's caramel iced coffee the best, and then I love Dunkin'. So Not a big Starbucks or any of that stuff. When my wife and I go to Disney, I do not like Joffrey's at all. It is terrible. And yeah, I do like Sheetz. If you go to the gas station, Sheetz, I do like their coffee. They have pretty good coffee. And I like Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's has pretty good coffee. So, and I always get mine iced. I like iced coffee. I don't like hot coffee, even though I probably should, being it's, what is it, 15 degrees out right now. But no, gotta have my iced coffee. See, there it is, open. We can go right over here and get our iced coffee. So here is my XT5. This is what I've switched to. And here is my iced coffee. Before I took a sip, it is absolutely perfect. I love the way my local McDonald's makes these iced coffees. I've got a bagel, and yeah, that's kind of my kit. For those that don't know, I switched from Nikon to Fuji. Absolutely the best decision I have ever made. Love Fuji. And yeah, so I've got my Polaroid camera, got about 5 shots left on it. Don't know if I'll use it today, but I got it. And I got my Loma wide. So let's hit the road, see what we can find. I've drove down past McDonald's to this little subdivision along the river here, and I found a couple really good shots that I pulled out my 50 to 140 and got some nice mountain shots over here with some pine trees. I would have filmed it, but my mom called, so when your mom calls, you gotta answer. So she was wanting to know if the roads were clear. So yeah, photographed some of that over there. And I had some nice pine trees, so with it. Oh, we got construction. And we got a porta potty. I do love doing instant film of porta potties in random spots. I have a pretty good little Polaroid collection of those. But I don't think I will stop today and do that, because everybody will be like, what's that weirdo out there doing? Taking pictures of a porta potty. In the snow of all things. So, alrighty. We'll keep rolling until we find something else. Look at this house though. This house is so pretty. That is a nice house. That is a pretty house. Okay. Now we're moving on. Check this little beautiful scene out here with this cabin. That is nice. I did take a picture here. Grabbed a good shot of that. It's a beautiful estate. I got a good shot of that cabin. Got a nice little barn here too. Tennessee's so pretty. We have so many barns too. I think we have more barns than people. Alrighty, we're moving on down the road. I wanted to stop and show that in a minute. Nice little old cabin. We have a ton of those through here too. But definitely have more barns than people, I would say. For sure. But we have had a lot of people move to Tennessee lately from the West Coast. So we have had a huge influx here. Everybody must love the cheap cost of living here. I got gas the other day for $1.94 a gallon, by the way. So I know out west it is not $1.94 a gallon, but we are gonna hit the road here. Nice little backslide there, and see what we can find. Got a little bit of blue peeking through for the first time in 3 days. Yeah. So the high today is 21. The high tomorrow is 31. And then Tuesday it gets up to 42 and then drops back down to 5. So Wednesday will be interesting with a lot of ice from the melt. But yeah. So I pulled over here off 11W and I shot this scene right there. Real pretty. Another barn. Go figure, right? But sun's coming out a little bit right now, so it is creating some pretty nice little scenes here. Get some nice contrast, especially shooting back this way, because you got a nice dark cloud this way with light beaming in. I don't know, some good shots. There's some good shots to be had. So, and the road's looking a little better the further down this way I go, towards Sigornsville. So we will see. I'm happy with that one. That shot came out really, really well. Alrighty, on to the next. So I'm going to get out and photograph that right there, that mountain range right there. I love how it's coming up and it's rolling and all that stuff. So we'll use my tight lens, my 50 to 140, probably be at 140. And I'm going to shoot this nice little scene right there. That's what I'm going to do. Well, I really like that one. I think that one came out really, really good. I got a nice barn on the right. I decided to include a little bit of the road. Got the mountains rolling with snow. Got a nice little barn there on the right. I love my barns. So, very happy with that one. Very, very happy. So, yeah, I think that one came out really, really good. Or it came out like crap. I don't know. We'll see. I think it came out pretty good. Might make a good black and white too. I don't know. I'll have to look at it. Another beautiful shot right there. Love the barn. Love the barns. Love the barns. Gonna stop up here as well at Church House Point. That is a place I used to go fishing as a kid with my grandfather, or my papa as I like to say, because we're here in the Southern Appalachians and we call our grandfathers papa. But I want to see if this one spot with our tree is looking pretty good. Usually it is a very popular spot in the summer. People camp under this tree, around this tree. And I just want to take a look and see. It is right up here. There's another old church down here too. I want to say 1780s, 1820s. I don't know, somewhere in there. Really old church. Couple hundred years old. It's right over here. So I'm not gonna go down by the church because that road is very potholy. It's a dirt road, and I'm gonna stick to the boat ramp area. You can't see the potholes buried in snow, is why. I don't feel like getting stuck. So, but yeah, Church House Point. Now, for those that want to know, this is Mooresburg. This is probably 20 minutes from my house. It's taken about 35 to get down here because of the road conditions. And I've stopped to take pictures a few times, so. You can see everybody's came out here and done a bunch of donuts. But we are just going to come down here and look. Oh, they've added since I've been down here, they've added a metal walk-off ramp. To the boat. Oh, they've added a dock. That's nice. So, this is Church House Point. That tree right there. So many memories with my papa and uncle and all that stuff. Right there. We fished this for many, many years. So I'm going to take some pictures right there because this looks freaking awesome. And you can tell it is icing up right there pretty good. But this is new. This is really new. So, man, oh man. Gonna get some shots there. Good spot to watch eagles too, by the way. A lot of eagles through here. So, and osprey. I am behind 2 scrapers. It's weird when you get into town, the roads are terrible. Like this, you know? And then when you leave the town and you're going in the middle of nowhere, the roads are perfect. Makes no sense. But yeah, there they are. Scraping away. And salting. See a little bit of salt coming out there. Try to get ahead of him a minute because we are going to go hit the back country road up here, which also looks like it's in a little better shape than this road, which is the main highway, 11W. Well, this side road is pretty rough, I would say, but it's absolutely gorgeous out here. Look at this. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to shoot a few scenes along this road. It's about a 15-minute drive back toward my house on this road. So, let's see what we can find. I love hay bales covered in snow, by the way. Look how pretty that is. Look how picturesque that is. Some animals been through here. See the tracks down here. Might take a few pictures here and of that barn out there. I mean, does it get any prettier than that? Look how nice all this is. I did take a photo of the cows and of that silo and that little farm homestead over there. Real pretty. I love it. I absolutely love it. The road is still just covered up. Ooh, that barn right there. I'm gonna actually take that photo right now. Whoop. Alright, took that photo. Sorry for the dip. So nice. Fun shot through the rear view. There's a fun one. But yeah. Oh man, that's clear in here. I can get a good shot of it here. Look at that. Look at that. So nice. I take my time along the road. There ain't nobody on the road. So I'm the only idiot on the road. So very nice. Nothing more eerie than a covered graveyard, right? I don't know, I think it looks pretty peaceful. Very nice. So before I took a little break, a year or so, of photography and working on my health, I was working heavy on documenting the Appalachian area, little towns. I did a bunch of Christmas series every year, small town Christmases here in the Appalachians, and then I've done bunch of cities, little towns. I'm picking all that back up right where I left off. I didn't do any Christmas photos this year because I was still freshly out of the hospital in November, December, and yeah, gonna pick that back up. Keep documenting our nice little part of the world and all the changes. And then my wife and I, we've got some adventures coming up, and we have a new pup named Lilybell. For those that don't know, she is a golden retriever. She's very pretty. I'll introduce you in an upcoming video, but Mowgli, my other dog, passed away sadly while I was focusing on stuff. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that. But so we have Lilybell now. Lilybell was a gift for my birthday in August, for my sisters and my mom. And I got her. She could fit in the palm of my hand. She's not even 1 yet, and she's almost 100 pounds and can put her paws on my shoulders. And I'm 6'2", so she's a big dog. She's a very big dog. And she eats about a 50-pound bag of dog food a month. So Lilybell will be joining us on some adventures. She's just a big goober. We'll love her to death. And yeah, that's where we're at. Just thought I'd give that little update. Alright guys, I'm going to go back to McDonald's and get me another iced coffee, because sadly this one is gone. And I'm almost home, and I got a ton of pictures I'm happy with. It's good to be back in the rhythm, getting in the rhythm again. Make it a habit, going out every weekend and getting these videos going, and yeah, feels good. Gonna try to do a couple midweek videos too. If nothing else, they're just kind of vlogs around the house, what's going on, what am I working on. So if you like that kind of stuff, join me. We'll have a good time. Yeah. One thing that's on my mind though is, what do you all think about all these news agencies using AI to doctor images and stuff? I don't think that should be allowed. Like, that needs to probably be outlawed. In fact, I'm going to make a prediction that these big magazines and newspapers like National Geographic and the New York Times may end up going back to film, because AI's gotten so powerful and so good at faking stuff that, you know, you never know anymore. It's not a bad idea either, you know, going back to film for stuff like that. I mean, the stuff they can do now, you know. It's also hurting the photography industry some, and it's really hurting the graphic design industry. AI, I mean, they can just type in what they want AI to do for a poster or a flyer or a business card, and it generates it in 10 seconds. And a lot of graphic design work, especially in our area, yeah, AI's taken over. AI's taken over a lot of stuff. So, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that. I like the human creating, the element, the thinking, the processing, especially photography. I think they need to put some limits on the newspapers. They shouldn't have any AI whatsoever allowed in magazines. That journalistic approach, you know. It's one thing if you're like a fashion magazine and they're like, I don't know, it still takes work away. Definitely newspapers and news outlets and all that should not be allowed to use AI, in my opinion. But who knows? I think it's the best way to keep it real, you know. I don't know. I'm old school. I'm very old school. But Thanks for joining me today. I will do better. I am on the mend. I'm feeling better. I got some adventures I'm trying to plan right now. Stuff I want to see. Places I want to go. Got a lot coming up, I hope. Lord willing. You know, you never know. You're not guaranteed tomorrow, but I'm going to try to plan for tomorrow. And have some new adventures coming out. My book, Shaconage, what a terrible timing that was. Me getting heart failure and all that with it launching and going out. I think that hurt it a little bit. I should have done more. But for those that don't know, I have a book called Shaconage, Land of Blue Mist or Smoke. It's a Cherokee word. It's what they call the Great Smoky Mountains. And for those that don't know, I have a lot of Cherokee in my family. So kind of a tribute to that. And the Smokies. Tons of beautiful pictures of the Smokies. So you can find that book. I'll put links in the description, but you can find that book on Amazon, Books A Million, Barnes & Noble, pretty much anywhere that sells books, you can find that book. It is a pretty big accomplishment for myself to get published like that. And I got to work on 2 other books. So if you did buy that book, thank you very, very much. And if you haven't, check it out. It's not that bad. It's $24.99. Sometimes you can catch it on sale on Amazon, so check that out too. But very good book. Love it. Very proud of it. Very proud. It's years of documenting the Great Smoky Mountains. And it's got stuff from the solar eclipse in there to the wildfire that went through. The rivers through there are kind of lofty. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. Cade's Cove. It's real pretty pictures. So you can check it out. You can also, before that book, I had a self-published book called Blutiful, and you can find it on Amazon. It's pretty pricey though, because it's ordered and put together one at a time. But it's a big support. You can find that on my website too, joshtmoore.com. 2 O's, M-O-O-R-E. But we're going to have much more videos coming. And much more photos. So if you want to see the photos, follow me on Instagram, JTM71. I'll post them all on there. I'll try to write a little story with each of them. You kind of saw what we went out and did today. Stayed in the car, got out of the car. Don't like getting on private property, especially in Tennessee. But you can take photos from the road. Nobody cares about that. Everybody knows their barns are pretty and their countryside is pretty. So nobody really cares if you take pictures from the road and respect their property and their boundaries, which I always try to do. And if the farmers are out, I try to talk to them a little bit and say hi. Sometimes they let you take their pictures and we'll invite you onto their property. But most everybody in this area, I would say 98.9% are very friendly. The other 1.9% or whatever are up to no good, and they don't want you on the property. So you can see what they're doing. But it's all good. I've never had an issue. Oh, almost never. I had one issue. But the guy was, he's okay. He's okay. He eventually gave up once he found out I was just doing landscape photos. He didn't care. And I was in the road, so. But 98.9% of the time, you are quite okay. Especially, we have lots of lakes around here. You can go anywhere around the lakes. You can go. We got parks everywhere, national park, Great Smoky Mountains. We've got state parks. We got state parks everywhere. We got local parks that are as good as state parks. Bays Mountain Lake and Planetarium, amazing. If you haven't seen my videos at Bays Mountain, check them out. Tennessee does a very good job of their parks. Some of the best in the nation. Very underutilized too, a lot of them. So that's from one end to the other. They are amazing. The state of Tennessee does a great job maintaining and keeping our parks up, our local parks. The Bays Mountain one's not even a state park. That's like a local Kingsport park. It's a city park, and it is amazing. It's as good as any state park in the nation. So check it out. Thank you again. Got a little long-winded there, but appreciate it. Glad to be back. And yeah, until next time. Bye.